Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome once again to another session of our Arabic class, Arabic fluency course. And in our grammar session, we started talking about adjective, sifa, and murakkab al-tawsifi. That's how you type a phrase. Adjective and then sifa mawsuf or na'at man'ut. So in today's lesson, we'll be talking about adjective of mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So we've been talking about al-idafa murakkab idafi. So when you want to look at when we have an adjective incorporated into murakkab idafi. So adjective of mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So we understand that murakkab idafi has mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, but how do we identify which adjective is talking about mudaf and which one is talking about mudaf and ilayhi? So we'll look. This is what we want to look at here. So we understand that it may be a little difficult to identify what does the adjective refer to. Just like I've said, is it mudaf or mudaf and ilayhi? So say for example, we have kitabul walad. Okay, so we've talked about these anyway, so it's not a new topic. So we have kitabul walad, all right, and then we have an adjective, and say al-kabir. Now let's put adjective where the kitabul walad al-kabir. Now we have an adjective al-kabir. So we want to know which of these words does it talk about. Is it the adjective for kitab or the adjective for al-walad? So by chance you can tell me, well, this adjective, which one is it talking about between this and this? Between, first of all, what's the meaning? Yeah, let's try to talk about it. I mean, just want us to have a pre-discussion of the topic. I think we've talked about it before, but let's see what we still remember about it. Yeah, so we have kitabu, then we have al-walad, and we have al-kabir. So we understand that al-kabir is an adjective. So which of these two is he talking about? Which of these two has the adjective? Can anyone talk about it?
So what's the Irab of Al-Kabir?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't want to talk about it. This is part of the question.
Okay, I'll say it's for Al-Walad.
Al-walad. Okay, so if you say the adjective is for al-walad, you got to give your reason why you think so, and why do you think it's not the adjective for walad? I mean, if you pick an option, you got to tell us why.
Okay. First of all, I really don't know if the raw in the Al-Kabir is Dumma or Kasra, but if it is Kasra, it's for Al-Walad because Kitabul Waladi means the boy's book.
Yeah.
Or the book of the boy. So Al-Kitab is takes Dhamma and Al-Walad takes is in jar position. So the adjective, if it's in jar position, it means that it's for the Mudof Ilayhi, which is Al-Walad.
Yeah.
And it has Alif and Lam.
Okay. So if it has a kasra, if it's in the jar position, so it's for al-walad. So what if he has, I mean, if he does not have a kasra and he has a, yeah, you are trying to explain two things. So I want you to explain the other side properly. Yeah, you given a side. If he has a kasra, is for walad. So what would he have before it can be an adjective for kitab?
If it has a dhamma.
Thank you, Barakallahu Fik. So that's a brilliant observation, that's a brilliant response. So if he has, now what you are talking about right here, you're discussing the i'rab of the adjective. Okay, so, and if he has a dhamma, we say that the adjective is for kitab. So with kitabul waladil kabiru. So it becomes that. And if he has a kasra, he said the adjective belongs to al-walad, which is the mudaf ilayhi. So we say kitabul waladil kabiri. Barakallahu fik. So you have talked about the i'rab as a part of the grammatical observation. Okay, so now let's thank you for that beautiful response. So this is an opening intro. I mean, yeah. So let's talk about it. Talking about adjective in this field. Generally, when you from what we talk about when we're learning adjective, we mentioned agreement between the sifa and mawsuf. So we mentioned few things that the sifa and the mawsuf must agree with. Can someone aside, Brother Rufai, can someone tell us those things where your sifa must agree with your mawsuf? Yeah, who's gonna help us with that? Okay, I think yeah, Sister Mutia, I think you're the only one who can hear me right now. Mm. Yeah, so can you mention the areas where your sifa and mawsuf must agree?
The sifa and Mansuf must agree in gender, in
Yeah,
definiteness and indefiniteness, then in number.
okay. That's three things. You mentioned three things. There should be the other four, the fourth thing. Okay, thank you for that. Anyways, they must agree in gender, in number, and in a ta'rif wa tankid, definiteness and indefiniteness. And they must agree in al-i'rab. The i'rab must, they must agree. There must be an agreement in that case. Lawful, nasb, and jar. Okay, so that's those things. Now, these elements, هذه العناصر, these elements, they have a beautiful function. In this case, they have a grammatical function to play. Okay, in this particular field. Now, having known that these four elements are important, the i'rab, the gender, that is al-jins, al-number, al-adad, and the tankir wa ta'rif wa tankir. So these are the things to help us identify which of the two nouns, which of the two parts, al-mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, is the adjective talking about. Is that okay? So let's take note of that. Now, about the i'rab. So it's very important. That is the element that Brother Rufai used to identify which of the, to explain here, which of the mudaf and ilayhi has the adjective. So when we talk of i'rab, we'll get there soon. I'rab has to do with three things. Rafu, that's when your singular noun has a dhamma. Al-nasbu, when your singular noun has a fatha. Al-jar, when your singular noun has a kasra. Now that's what the i'rab is all about. That is the vowel that is on top of and that is at the end of the noun. So if the i'rab corresponds, that is the vowel corresponds to that of the mudof, then of course the adjective belongs to the mudof, just like Brother Rufai mentioned. And if the haraka is equal, is a kasra, so which makes it in the jar case, and it makes it equal to the it makes it equal to the Mudof and Ilayhi. So then the adjective becomes that of the Mudof Ilayhi. So that's what we talk about. Now we have this example. بيت المعلمة الجميل. بيت المعلمة الجميل. So this is going to have a kasra, a dhamma. Okay, so, and in fact, there are two things that are combined here. The gender is also an element that plays, that plays a role of identification here. So Al-Jamil is a masculine, and Baytu is masculine. So in two cases, also we talk about numbers. So in three cases, the Arab is equal to this. Okay, the gender Al-Jamil, the gender coincides, sometimes a bait. Okay, so Arab, they go together. The gender here, it's something. And of course, the number. Yeah, sorry, please. So in number, they're the same. Yeah. So number, they are the same. Which other thing? Okay, gender, we talk about number. Okay, we talk about number. All right. So, and then which other one? I think the fourth one. Number, gender, and Arab. All right, then, of course, the definiteness and indefiniteness. So bait is ma'rifa and al-jamil is ma'rifa. So it goes in all the four cases in this case. Okay, so now talk about the adjective of mudaf ilayhi. So we have, for example, baytul muallimatil jamila. Baytul muallimati al-jamilati. So in this case as well, all right, in this case, al-jamilati. So in terms of Iraq, it is for al-muallimati. In terms of number, it's for the same thing. In terms of gender, it's also for muallima. So these ones are easy to identify. Okay. So these are the things we consider when you are dealing with the mudhaf and the adjective of mudhaf and mudhaf ilayh. Okay. Now let's look at adjective of both mudhaf and mudhaf ilayh. Yeah. Both of them, they could have the same, they could have adjective at the same time. So Baytul Muallimati Al-Jamilati Al-Jamil. Yeah. Baytul Muallimati Al-Jamilati Al-Jamil. As you can see, right? So for us to have this construction, you bring the sentence, and the question of concern here is, how do we know that the adjective of mudhaf comes first? I mean, the adjective of mudhaf and ilayhi comes first and the mudhaf comes second. So just complete the sentence normally, having the adjective of mudhaf ilayhi coming first before the adjective of mudhaf itself. I mean, it's since both of them are having adjective, it's only reasonable to bring the adjective of Mudof ilayhi first, because it is closer to it. Al-Jamilatu, Al-Muallimatu Al-Jamilatu. So the adjective is close to Al-Muallima. It does not make sense to bring Al-Jamil here and then bring Al-Jamila first. Second. So since Al-Muallima, we also has an adjective. So the adjective must come close to it. So, and then Al-Jamil has his own adjective right after that. Now, why does it make sense? If you omit this, let's say we want to delete this. Are we together? Al-Jamil remains and Al-Bayt remains. So since we have removed this Bayt will have Alif Lam again. Why? Because it is no more in an idafa relationship. So we have Al-Bayt Al-Jamil. Does it make sense? Do you understand that? So the adjective is closer, must be close to its the noun that it is qualified. So that if you want to wipe them out, you wipe them out once like this. And then this goes back to this easily. And you had al-Fallah. So you have al-Bayt al-Jamil. So I think you understand that. So the adjective of Mudhaf ilayhi comes first. بيت المعلمة الجميلة الجميل. The beautiful house of the beautiful teacher. The beautiful house of the beautiful teacher. Okay, so I think we still remember this. Now let's look at a few more examples, and this is dealing with the number. Binta Zainaba al-Jamilatani. Yeah, so this shows that the adjective is for the binta. Can someone explain? Sister Mutia, can you explain why we have binta? What has happened to these binta? And we have al-Jamilatani here. What has happened to binta here?
I think Binta is plural. Or
Plural?
two dual.
Yeah, you are
And
saying
Jamila.
that. Yeah, it is dual, actually. Dual. Yeah.
And Jamilatani is dual.
Okay, binta is what? First of all, what is binta? What is happened to it? You said, is it dual or plural or what? I want to get that answer straight.
It's dual.
Okay, so it's a dual muthanna. Okay, it's a dual, it's muthanna. Okay, so what has happened to, why don't we see the noon? What has happened to that? If it's muthanna, that is dual, there must be a noon. So, but what has happened to the noon? Why is it no more there? Yeah. If it is dual, we're supposed to have like bintani, right?
Bintani.
Bintani, right? So what has happened to the noon?
It's an idafa, so it must remove the nun because of the idafa of Zainaba.
Okay, because, yeah, can you please make it? Okay, we have removed the noon because it is now in idafa, relationship with Zainab. Okay.
With Zainab.
Okay, thank you. That's what I need to understand. So, binta Zainab al-Jamilata. So the noon is removed because of the idafa relationship. Okay, so barakallahu fiqh. And that's two. Al-Jamilatani shows that it is actually the adjective of binta, not Zainab. Okay, so once you understand this concept, you'll be able to make use of it. Now, I want you to think of two things that you have, or maybe two things that your friend have, and mention those two things in relation to your friend. Say, for example, say your friend is Fatima, and if she has cars, if she has bags, so in relation to her, mention those two things that she has, mentioning her name, and give those two things an adjective. Do you understand my question? Or with your sister or anybody, just form something like
Yes.
that with something different. Yeah. Can you try it now?
بنت فاطمة كبير كبيرتان.
Okay. Can you form it again? It's not going to be Fatima tone. Something is wrong with that construction.
بنت فاطمة كبيرتان.
Okay. It's not going to be Fatima again. If you remember, we mentioned names that feminine names that will not have a kasra. Fatima too. And it's not Fatima, it's not Fatima, Fatima. This fa has uh you know, it has a fatha. Yeah. So it's not Fatima, Fatima.
فاطمة.
Yeah. May I ask if are you an Hausa?
No, I'm
Okay.
Yoruba.
Okay, good. So the way you mentioned, the way you pronounce it, Fatima, sounds like usually the way the Hausa people will pronounce it. Okay, anyway, so it's not Fatima, it's Fatima. Okay, Fatima. Okay, so you said Binta Fatima, and it's not going to be Fatima T. No, it has to be Fatima Ta, just like Zainaba. Please try to revise the lesson. I think somewhere around lesson 4, lesson 3 or 4 of Medina book, we've mentioned a list of feminine names that would not have tanween and would not have a kasra. They would only have a dhamma and a fatha. And we mentioned them to be deep-thought. ممنوع من الصرف. ممنوع من الصرف. Okay. So Fatimata. So Binta Fatimata. Yes. I've corrected that. Can you form the sentence again? Binta Fatimata. Yeah, what?
كبيرتان.
No, is it Kabirotani or what? It's not Kabirotani. If you say Kabirotani, that's something different. If you say Kabirotani, it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Binta Fatimata. Yeah, can someone help us
فاطمة.
out? Yeah, okay, yes. Binta Fatimata, you say Kabirotani. What is wrong with that? Something is wrong with it.
It's not it's Al-Kabir.
Thank you. Barakallah fi.
كبيرتان.
That's beautiful. Al-Kabirotani. So Binta Fatimata Al-Kabirotani. Okay, that's what we have there. Okay, so I think that's understood, right? So now we have another one. The good Muslims of Nigeria. Muslimu Nigeria. As-Salihun. Muslimuna. Then we do the idafa of Nigeria. Muslimu Nigeria As-Salihuna. Muslimu Nigeria, so the good Muslims of Nigeria. All right? Okay, so Brother Rufai, can you form another sentence for dual and plural? Another sentence, and try to make it something personal, something that you can talk about someone else, your friend, anyone. Something a little bit personal.
Okay, I would say درجة مريم الجميلتان.
MashaAllah. دراجة مريم الجميلتان. That's beautiful. دراجة مريم الجميلتان. So, okay, let's give us for the plural, something for plural. Something for plural. Yeah. Something for plural. Yeah, just think of something, I mean, and then put it together. Yes, Brother Rufai, still waiting. Okay, while Sister Jamila, can you give us an example of such? I mean, we have a Muslim Nigeria Salihu. So can you talk about something a little different than this? Whether whether
Okay,
feminine or masculine? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Now,
I, I would say مدرس جامعتي المجاهدون.
MashaAllah, mudarrisu jami'ati or mudarrisu jami'a. Is it jami'ati, my university, or you just want to say the university?
My
Mudarrisu.
unit.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Mudarrisu jami'ati al-mujtahidun. Okay, my hardworking, my diligent, my university lecturers, my diligent university lecturers. Okay, that's what we have there. My hardworking university, my university hardworking lecturers. Okay, that's a good one. Barakallahu fiqh. Sister Jamila. So can you form something a little bit different? I mean, with respect to the plural. So because we're talking about the adjective of Mudof and Mudof Ilayhi, I believe you still remember that. It's not a new topic, so I think you still are familiar with that. Or do you have any thing concerning this topic?
The topic is not very clear to me, Ustaz.
Okay. So
The plural aspect is not very clear to me.
okay, yes. So what's the okay? Is it generally what part is not clear? Is it so is it everything or which part of it?
I'm sorry, Ustaz, but everything about the plural.
Okay, but you understand the concept. You understand the concept of mudhaf and mudhaf ilayhi, how to identify the
Yes.
mudhaf for mudhaf, I mean the adjective for mudhaf and the one for mudhaf ilayhi. Okay, there's no غموض في ذلك. Okay, so لا غموض في ذلك. لا غموض في ذلك. طيب. Now let's look at the plural. So it's not different than the dual. It's not different than the dual. So we mentioned four things. Okay, we mentioned four things. There are four عناصر. Okay, أربع عناصر. Four elements that can help you to identify, I mean, the adjectives of مضاف and مضاف إليه. So we talk about the إعراب, we talk about the number, that's العدد, we talk about الجنس, the gender, we talk about the التعريف والتنكير, which I believe you're familiar with, right? So now we want to put those analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to put those things into application. So we say Binta Zainaba. That's not also new. Muslimu Nigeria is not also new. This is an idafa. We've talked about idafa of plural and dual before, right? We mentioned that you remove the noon. Binta Zainaba. This noon has been removed as a result of idafa. Mafhum? Is that taken? So Muslimu Nigeria, the noon has also been removed as a result of idafa. Now, so what is left for us is we want to give the Mudof, Binta, and Muslimu, we want to give it an adjective. And we talk about the fact that Mudof of المضاف إلى المعرفة معرفة المضاف إلى المعرفة معرفة a مضاف to a معرفة is a معرفة. So, and the adjective that we want to give it must also be a ma'rifah. That's number one. Number two, it must agree to it in terms of number. So we say Muslimun Nigeria as-salihuna. In the first place, it is a ma'rifah. We added alif and lam. Why? Because we know that Muslimu is a ma'rifah. It's because it is now added to Nigeria. Okay, and Nigeria is an alam. Now, secondly, the adjective must be equal to it in terms of number. So we say solihuna. The same thing, binta Zainaba al-ma'rifa, then jamilatani, the number. So it agrees to it in terms of al-ma'rifa. It also agrees to it in terms of the number. So we say binta Zainaba al-jamilatani. Is that mafhum? Is that taken out? Is there any other thing? Do you understand the explanation? مفهوم? Is it واضح? Is it clear? I mean, is the explanation understandable?
I think she left.
She left. Oh, I see. I see. She's not. She's got quite a bad network tonight. All right. So now let's move on. Now we have an assignment here. We have an assignment here. 1 to 9. So to be translated and submitted. To be translated and submitted. Yeah. So, Sister Jamila, I believe you understand the question. I mean, the explanation that I made earlier.
Ustaz, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I said, did you understand the explanation that I made earlier? Because I noticed your network is not very stable, so you left.
Yes, I understood what I heard.
Okay, so is there any other thing? Do you understand it? Or we still need to say a few more things about
I want you to please allow me to revise it again.
it? Okay, so no problem. You have to revise it, yes, inshallah. So I've given assignment translation of few words. I mean 1 to 9. There are questions that you have to translate. Okay. Yes. So I don't know whether everyone can still access. This is another video. This video lesson, we will talk about it in the next lesson, but I want everyone to watch it. Okay. So while still on that, before we leave that, before we go away from that, so basically the khulasa, the summary of the this lesson is just to understand that your Mudof and Mudof and Ilayhi can have adjective, and there are four things that must agree that can help you to identify which one is which. Okay, the i'rab, the number, the gender, and of course the definiteness. Okay, so and that's what we applied in Binta Zainaba al-Jamilatani and Muslimu Nigeria as-Salihuna. Okay, so but since you requested to revise, no problem. I want us to, I don't know, I want us to kind of like try to access the video. We need to, this video is about to help us with its listening skills. Okay, so you want to listen to what was being said so that, I mean, you can extract what you understand from what you've heard. So can we still access the videos? The way you said you have not been able to access any of the videos is somewhat unbelievable.
Assalamu alaikum.
Now, wa alaikum salam.
I think I have the video from the previous class. I will send it to the group after the lesson, inshallah.
Oh, thank you. So please help us with the sending the video. So the assignment for this is you listen to the expression and bring out whatever you are able to, extract from what they said, what was said in the video. So and then in class we'll come about and discuss it, bi'idhnillah. Okay, so we'll come back to discuss it. So it's a lot, but if you have listened to, if once you listen to it, we talk about it, and then we'll be good. So any question before we leave, inshallah? Any question?
None from me.
Okay. So inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll look at the video conversation. But I want us to watch it before now because it's another lesson on its own. It's supposed to be part of our module 13, but we look at it together in the next lesson, bismillah. And then we have module 14, 15, and 16 to complete, for this month, bismillah. And then after that, we have our examination. I mean, our test, second test, inshallah. All right, so in the absence of no question, so we stop here, bismillah, and then we'll continue from the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. ختاما وابتداء.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.